We got heat and humidity for the next couple days, and we got storms. And first, we'll talk about the temperatures, what to expect for your Wednesday, too. Overall, low 90s potentially. This will come really late afternoon. We'll have clouds in the morning, so that will hold the temperatures back. You can see as you go further east, it does hold the temperatures back, given the cloud cover could linger. But still, low to mid 90s. Records are in the hundreds, so not record level heat, but definitely with the humidity, it's going to feel a lot like as we go throughout this heat and see. You see these values get quite high as we go morning hour. It's in the mid 80s already. By the time we get to about noon, you're going to start seeing these temperatures come up towards 90 or above. Then in the afternoon, upper 90s to 100 range, given that we'll have a little bit more sunshine breaking out in the afternoon. The evening, it's going to be very warm to hot conditions, 100 to 104 to predominantly. There might be a few areas that get a little bit above that, but overall, that's about the trend we're looking at. And it's not going to really break out, but you start seeing all these colors up there, indicating we do have a front and thunderstorms coming Wednesday night. It'll start kind of knocking this heat and seas. Heat advisories are out for these areas, given that they will be in that 100 to 105 range for most of the hour. I'm looking at noon to 8 p.m., given that give or take a few hours here. Thursday was the front kind of sags south. It's going to be kind of cutting right across the area, so our temperatures will be down. Humidity levels will still be up, but we're not expecting any 90s, more mid 80s or low 80s up to the north. That shower thunderstorm chance is looking less likely. If we go through that, tonight is one that we're going to keep an eye on. South northeast Iowa, you'll see this complex that'll begin to develop. This activity will weaken, but it could provide a little bit of shower activity for a few areas as it lifts north between about 10 to midnight. Besides that, it should be then fairly quiet, but still notice the temperatures. It's almost midnight. It's 80 degrees here still in La Crosse. We'll see this complex begin to spin up towards Decorah. That's the one that could bring activity for areas along and south of predominantly I-90 for the morning commute. As you see, it spins up this way. Showers, thunderstorms, maybe some brief heavy rain with that. That'll continue, and this cloud cover and shower opportunity will linger through the morning, even to the noon if this other one develops too. So that means the morning will be more clouds and precipitation and very muggy, but not quite hot yet. But by the time this passes in the afternoon, winds pick up out of the south, breezy winds. We'll also see the sun come out, and that's when the heat will come into the area, and that's when the 90s definitely will appear. The thunderstorms for the evening look like they're going to hold off to about 6, 7 p.m., and here comes this front that's going to sag south. There's a question of timing, how fast it gets here. The evening activities for at least south of I-94 should be fine. It'll just hot and humid, but then we'll have to keep track of this line as it pushes south across the area. As I mentioned, once we go through Wednesday night into Thursday, it's going to be less activity on Thursday. I think it's looking more quiet for Thursday, but less humid. Thunderstorms tonight could see some damaging winds. That threat's pretty low. I think heavy rain to be another area to keep an eye on. Tomorrow with that line coming, just depends on timing. The severe threat, damaging wind, I-94, we'll see how far it can get further southeast. It depends if these storms can hold on. But keep in tune if you got activities later in the evening too, especially if you go further north. Thursday, the threat really shifts south. I think, as I mentioned, Thursday looks more quiet, more cloud cover than actually precipitation. So those chances are probably going to be coming down here soon. Friday, Saturday, quiet. We're going to boost the temperature back up for a warm, almost hot day on Sunday. And then another front comes through, a couple of them next week. And look at that temperature come Wednesday.
Oh, it's
That's
dropping.
why I said it would look much more refreshing as we go towards the end of the middle of next week, behind a couple of cold fronts coming through. That's the temperatures I like to see. But tomorrow, definitely stay tuned. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid out. Stay hydrated outside, especially tomorrow afternoon and evening. And keep an eye on those storms.
But a significant dip on Thursday, so not too long away for that.
No.
That's good news. All right, thank you.